Hello, my name is Nadia Harper, and today we're going to focus on infinite possibilities. So begin to relax now, just as soon as you like, and close your eyes. Begin to soften around your eyes, and really just begin to uncrease the stress that you had before now been carrying around with you. And just get ready to really relax. Realize as you listen to this CD, you must be sitting comfortably in a place where it is safe for you to relax without interruption. And just begin to let go of all stress right now. Let go of any anxiety. Let go of any fear. And even so, you can begin to watch your thoughts fly away on the back of butterfly wings, just flying away. And as they fly away, the heaviness of the problem just dissolves, and you begin to go further and further into this deep relaxation. And as you go into this deep relaxation, ponder now, just for a moment, the idea of possibility. Possibility is about can do. It comes from beginning to understand the importance of how you're thinking for success. Your thinking has everything to do with your success. So how you are thinking right now and beyond this moment in the future, and even when you may perceive that there are problems around you, you can begin to relax. And as you begin to relax, you can just let go of all fears, all worries, all apprehension, and you can relax in all certainty. And as you begin to relax, you begin to neutralize old patterns that used to cause you pain. And even as you listen to this CD, any other sound that you might hear just adds to your complete state of relaxation now. So let go of all your fears. Let go of all your thoughts. And just be in this state of relaxation. And for a moment, just focus on thinking about gratitude, things that are going well for you in your life right now. And as you begin to focus on what's going well for you in your life right now, you begin to let go of anything that was causing you pain or worry or anxiety. Just let it go. You begin to neutralize your thinking so that the emotion and the heaviness of it is released. As you release the emotion and the heaviness from problems, you begin to shift your attention now to possibility. You let go of all of the pain and all of the fear, and you energize yourself beautifully into the realm of solutions. And as you turn your attention to solutions now, all becomes possible, all seems probable, all seems doable. So make a commitment now to get control of your thinking patterns and really pay attention to what is going on in your mind and how it's making you feel. Begin to understand that what you're thinking is what you're creating. As you begin to realize this now, you become more empowered and more control of your life. So instead of your life driving you. You become the driver of all of your situations. You become in control of what you're thinking, and you release the temptation to blame people, things, or situations outside of you for being responsible for your thinking. You decide, you choose what will take up space in your mind. So anything that is not helpful to you, be prepared to let it go now and replace it with another slide, a slide that's useful to you, a slide that can help you, and a slide that focuses on solution. Your feelings are really important. Begin to notice how your thoughts are making you feel. You can observe without judgment all of your thoughts. You can observe the thoughts that are making you feel good, and you can absorb the thoughts that are triggering bad feelings inside you. Begin to observe what kind of thoughts trigger bad feelings, what kind of associations you have in your life that just don't feel good, they feel bad. And be willing to let them go. Be willing to ask yourself, is this really what I want for my life? And you must really completely understand the more bad feelings you have, the less successful you will ultimately be. So ask yourself, is it more important to feel bad, or is it more important to be successful? And take the necessary action to make sure that you're always feeling good. Begin to understand feelings affect behavior. When you're feeling bad, your behavior is usually in alignment with how you're feeling. So bad feelings create behavior you probably don't really want to do. This is how habits are created unconsciously. If you want to change your habits, you must change how you're thinking. Good thinking patterns create good thinking actions. Good thinking behavior ultimately creates your lifestyle. If you want to help yourself and from start to finish you want to support yourself, put good things into your mind so that you can have good behavior and ultimately a great lifestyle. Remember, feelings either motivate you or they do not. If your feelings do not motivate you, you must be prepared to ask yourself, well then, how will I have the energy and enthusiasm I need to be successful? So the answer to that would come from really within you, in that you know that in order to do well, you need to think well. In order to think well, you need to feel well, and so on. So make sure that your mind is focused on good thoughts, positive actions, and great results. Always keep the big picture in mind. Remember, your actions require commitment to do the best you can to get the best result. If you don't commit to the process, you won't see the end of the process. If you're one leg over here and one leg over there, it just won't happen. It really requires for you to make a commitment that is going to really help you through the difficult times as they come and as they go. So make a commitment to whatever your goal is and see it through until you get to the finish line. Remember, your feelings affect how well you perform, or if you perform at all. If you don't have the motivation and the energy to get up every day and discipline yourself, to take the necessary action to achieve your goal, then you're not going to make it. But if you do feel good, if you are able to motivate yourself from the inside, if you are able to speak words of enthusiasm and personal power to yourself, you can continue on the journey. So just remember that your feelings affect how well you perform, or if you perform at all. Listen to your stories. What kind of stories are you saying about yourself? Are you saying stories that make you feel good, or are you saying stories that put all the personal power away from you and in the hands of somebody else? Remember, you're in charge of your life and you're the driver of your life. You're the driving force. So make sure that you're putting your personal power in your own hands and not giving it away to another person. These kind of perceptions and meanings create motivation and enthusiasm or not, which affects your energy in multiple ways. Your energy is a transmission. It's a transmission of how you're feeling, and it's something that you're always communicating to other people. It's mostly the way that people begin to understand what you mean. People will sense your energy first before they begin to listen to the words that you say. And they're looking for the words you say to match the energy that you're letting out. This applies to all humans, and not just humans, animals too. Haven't you ever noticed sometimes animals warm up to certain people and children? That's because children and animals are really just focusing on the energy that you're transmitting. Humans, on the other hand, have been programmed to listen to the words and to define meaning from the words. But once again, if the words don't match the energy that's coming out, then the energy will always override the words. So choose your words and your energy and make sure it's aligned. And we call that congruent. Send congruent transmissions in all of your communication. So if you want something, take the necessary action and support yourself to make sure that you get to the finish line. And think about the things that you're saying. If you don't really want the thing, or if you don't really want to do a thing, then think twice about saying that. Think about standing with yourself and speaking your own truth. Think about being much braver than before so that you can be more and more successful every single day. Now, think about the universe as a living entity. The universe communicates via feedback from whatever you put out. So you are a transmission tower. The universe picks up your transmissions and goes to work for you. So if your conscious mind and your unconscious mind is aligned, then it's much easier to align your mind, body, and soul for perfect harmony. When you can align your mind, body, and soul for perfect harmony, you begin to unconsciously tap into higher levels of consciousness and perfect peace. So in doing so, you tap into all that is perfect in the universe right now. You begin to experience more synchronicities, more positive manifestations and things that you really want. And your personal power increases. The coincidences that are good luck and good fortune come your way more and more and more. And in the interim of that, your confidence begins to build. You begin to find out how to be successful in your life. So think about energy as being either fearful or loving. Fearful energy could be anything that's like anxiety or not sure, being insecure, needing external affirmation and stuff like that. And love is the opposite of that. Love stands with you, love supports you, love accepts you no matter what's happened, and love is always looking to improve and to execute and carry out what your goals are. So be loving first with yourself before you try to give all of your love away to other people. The more loving you are to yourself, the more easy you'll find it to be loving to other people. That means letting go of things like criticism and blame and things that generally just make a person feel bad. Focus instead on observing your thinking without judgment. Remember that your feelings affect your energy. So if your thoughts affect your feelings affect your energy. Your energy affects your choice. If you don't have much energy going on, you may be looking to take a shortcut. And the shortcut might not necessarily get you where you want to go. A lot of the time, this is why a person might spend time in procrastination, because they feel overwhelmed. Remember that your choices become your habits, and your habits shift your perception about what is possible. Your habits become the focus, and the pain they ultimately cause you in the long run becomes the story of your life. The more you speak about your problems, the more problems you create. So instead of doing so, break the pattern and begin to shift your attention to personal power and the solutions. Your habits are things you do so often that they form a process of things you do in a sequence, and it creates a certain result. Sometimes habits are created at times where they may be an answer to a problem, and other times habits aren't resourceful anymore. Habits may cause more problems than they cause solutions. And if that's the case, begin to observe your habits and if they're useful or not. And take personal power to begin to change your habits. So if your habits seem like they're one thing when really they have less of a chance to help you have a successful life, then be honest with yourself without judgment. Be accepting, loving, and stand with yourself and say, I really don't think these habits are good for me anymore, and I'm willing to let them go. Think about this. Habits are not permanent. They're actually temporary, and they're a sequence of different steps that lead to one thing that you might call a habit. But really, a habit once separated is just a few different steps. Maybe the steps are in the wrong order, in the wrong sequence, or maybe some of the parts of the sequence can be changed, taken away, or eliminated altogether. So begin to work on separating your habits and the steps that you do in each area of the habit as you begin to empower yourself more and more. Remember, your habits might be helpful or not, and another word to give is the strategy. So a habit is really more of a strategy. It's a sequence of different things that you do over and over again, so much so that it becomes a part of your unconscious programming. A lot of your habits are fueled by your belief. You might have habits that you say you have tried to overcome and you don't think you can. And that's simply because you weren't in the position that you are now. Consider that you're always evolving. As you always evolve, you become more and more prepared to understand how to neutralize those old habits. So if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Even myself, I used to smoke for many years, and it took me a long time to overcome this disgusting habit. And once I overcame it, it really was such a relief in my life. But had I not kept going to begin to understand how I could kick the habit for good, I wouldn't be at the point where I am today, where I haven't smoked for many, many years, and so on. This simple process can be applied to any area of your life. The structure of a habit is usually pretty much just the same and can be deconstructed just as easily when you begin to understand that habits have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Habits are ideas you create to inspire you into action or stop you from taking actions. People do habits for lots of different reasons. Your beliefs have high energy content in your stories. Your stories convince you further of your own certainty or uncertainty for kicking these habits, and if it's even possible to kick the habits. When you have a bunch of them in sequence, like a habit, they become your rules, or in other words, they become your values. Values are clumps of beliefs that you've packed together, and sometimes it seems as if they're permanent. Many times you think that this is your own identity construction. It's connected to this bundle of beliefs, and there's even with values, a lot of the time your values are inherited. They haven't necessarily been checked or questioned. They've just been assumed. And so you've maybe adopted values from your family or from your culture, from your the place where you work, and so on. But all of these things, if they're no longer useful to you, can be addressed, can be shifted, and can be changed. So now begin to realize, once you begin to change how you think on the inside, your feelings change, you feel better, you can do more. More is possible for you. And as more is possible for you, success is inevitable. So now, begin to listen to this CD, and I think it's a really good idea if you put it on autoplay and remind yourself just how simple these things are, and relax as you do. Maybe you want to listen to this CD while you're at home relaxing in your easy chair, or even if you're working, but really listen to this CD when you can begin to really concentrate on the words that are going, until it becomes a part of your unconscious process. And when that happens, you can be doing housework or doing any type of work within the home that's easy and safe and sound. Remember, do not operate heavy machinery as you listen to this CD, and do not drive as you listen to this CD. This CD is especially given to you in perfect love from me, Nadia Harper. My best intention for you is for you to grow and for you to thrive, for you to challenge yourself, and for you to get the most out of your whole life. So I really appreciate you, and I'll leave you now in perfect love and perfect peace. And I look forward to speaking to you again. Be blessed.